tanks have you had before this one?
So before this tank, I started off with an 80-gallon saltwater aquarium that I got used, where it didn't last very long. It had leak issues that I inherited with the tank, but through that short amount of time with that 80-gallon tank, I got addicted to the saltwater game. So I quickly jumped into a 145-gallon half-circle tank made by Oceanic, and I loved that tank. It was a great tank. I had it for about 2 years, and that's where I started dabbling more into the reef world, where I got introduced to reactors, calcium reactors, what fish were reef safe, what could be done. And my eyes were caught by other people's tanks online who had these big nice tanks that could be viewed, and I was falling in love with them. So the first thing is I went to my wife and I told her about my big scheme of wanting a in-wall tank, which is made a little bit easier, sort of, by the fact that I own a construction company. So from there, I started planning on how to have this tank, where to have it, how it would be situated, where would the filtration be. So after convincing my wife and getting the go-ahead, now me and my wife both together take care of this tank. She's become one of my biggest supporters. So from then on, we wanted to have this tank viewable from more than one side. So what we have is the side that I'm standing on is our formal living room, I guess you could call it, and it's viewable from here. The short side, the short panel is viewable to the kitchen area, and you could walk around it and get to the family room area, and it's viewable from that side as well. So it's viewable from the two long sides. The tank is about 10 feet long by 3 feet wide by 30 inches tall. It's about a 565-gallon tank, and this thing's made out of glass. It was a monster to get into the house. It probably weighs above 1,500 pounds. It took about 10 guys, specially welded together dolly made to bring this thing in. I had 2 crane forklifts to bring it into the house, so it was an ordeal. This tank was worth the hassle though. After we got it in, we had a lot of construction to do, so I cut a hole out of the other side of where the other side is, leading to the family room. I cut a hole out as a viewing panel. On this side, I pretty much sandwiched it in and created it into the house. I have a nice Caesar stone ledge, under counter lighting. All the filtration is not underneath the tank, as usual tanks are. What I have is there's a crawl space to the side of the tank, so the pipes run under the tank, go off under the house to the garage area, where it gets filtered there. The sump is remotely located there, as are the reactors, the dosing, everything that deals with filtration. And then I have another set of pipes going to the backyard, where the chiller is, the UV sterilizer is. So there's a lot of different components to the tank, but luckily all the filtration and all of the motors and buzzing and whirring happens away from the house, so you don't get as much of a saltwater smell in the house. You don't get as much noise in the home, so it's left with just the beauty of a viewing panel into the ocean here. And so with this tank, there's been a lot of ups and downs, but I've enjoyed it so far.